everyone's doing well. Oh, there's Lucy. I just did a video. Oh, I'm losing myself. I just did a video on the UK and kind of about the impeachment a little bit. So hopefully you've seen that. And I'm going to be doing my 2020 predictions now. So, and I kind of broke them into categories of breakdowns, breakthroughs, revelations, and new beginnings. So, and it's not really the way they're going to happen during the year, but those are just the categories. I'm not sure exactly when these things are going to happen, but I know they're 2020, and I'm going to give myself a few months after 2020, like in 2021, because when I looked back at my 2019 video, I was like, there's a couple of things I'm like, I know those things are still going to happen. So I'm going to give myself a few extra months. It's very hard for me, and I think I've heard other psychics talk about the fact that it's very hard to do timing, and I find that to be the case. I think a lot of it has to do with how quickly things happen, free will, things like that. So I feel like it's just one of those things. It's just kind of a harder thing to do. So I'm going to allow myself a few more months on either end, on into 2020 for the 2019 and into 2021. So anyway, within the next 12 to 18 months, we'll say 12 to 16 months. I am going to start with the breakdowns because I think that's kind of a good place to start. It's the more negative stuff, I guess. So I'm going to start there. So one thing I saw was literally somebody, I feel like in the Republican Party, I think I've talked about it before, it's something to do with a substance. I feel like they leave, and I feel like there's some kind of breakdown involved. I feel like it's someone like will know, like the person will know. I kind of felt like it was Lindsey Graham, but I do feel like it's somebody like that. If it's not him, it's somebody kind of like that. Look how scruffy Lucy is. It's somebody kind of like that. So I feel like it's coming, and I feel like this whole period is kind of taking its toll on a few people, but this person in particular, I feel like they actually leave and either go to rehab or go to get mental health or something, but there's something coming like that. So I just want to put that out there. And I don't know how quickly, but I've seen it coming for a while, so I feel like it's coming. So it's kind of, on its way, unfortunately. I also see, as far as breakdowns, I put natural disasters in this category because I do see a lot of stuff with water, a lot of flooding, a lot of hurricanes, I would say a lot of, but several floods, several hurricanes. I even saw a tidal wave, and I feel like the tidal wave is, to me, it feels like Asia somewhere. It feels kind of like, it could be like the Philippines, or somewhere like that, because it has that kind of like feel, that kind of tropical kind of feel, that kind of weather, like it feels humid, very humid to me. And what I see is a huge tidal wave, and then I can see the tops of like the houses, and they look like huts. They have that look to them. They don't really look like Western kind of houses. So I'm a little confused by it, but at the same time, I keep seeing it. So I just want to put that out there. And I also see a lot of stuff. This is more immediate, to do with ice and snow, the cold. If you're in those areas where they're talking about now, like I said before, please listen, because I feel like there's stuff that it's going to be kind of like unexpectedly super cold, unexpectedly super icy. It's like they're going to say, but I feel like you're going to be tipped off. Like it's going to be like, stay inside, don't drive, watch the roads, da, da, da. It's going to be stuff like that. So please listen to it. Please heed their advice, because I feel like there is going to be tip-offs from like the weather, people. So please listen, and to like the police and the emergency people and stuff. Please listen to it. Please heed it because it's going to be bad this year. Okay, so let's move on to happier things. So breakthroughs. I see some stuff with, there's something with lupus, there's something with Lyme disease, there's something that are going to be kind of breakthroughs. And those two things, I feel like it's kind of like to do more with like treatments and that kind of things. It also like the actual science of them. It's like they'll discover things that help them to treat it better and to treat it more like right away. There's something to do also with allergies being, how does it even say like eradicated? Like there's certain allergies that's going to be like, they discover certain things about them and they're able to kind of, to me, it's like they eradicate, like they get rid of them. So, and it's, to me, it's allergies like that kill people, like peanuts and stuff like that. Like there's just breakthroughs in those areas. There's also something with cancer and also with, I feel like it's with lupus as well, where it's like a discovery, like like something about the cells or something like the cells in the blood or something. It's gonna sound so stupid because I am so not knowledgeable about medical stuff or like sciencey stuff, so it's gonna sound ridiculous, but it's like, to me, it's like a discovery about the cells, something about cells and blood, something about blood. They're going to be discoveries in those areas that really, really help with treatment and understanding the diseases. So that is with the cancer and with lupus. I see those specifically like around that kind of stuff, like discoveries. Okay, and then I also am seeing something to do with, and again, it's going to be all the most basic of basics because I don't know about these things, but I'm seeing a scene where scientists, and they're scientists, they're in like lab coats and they're looking through telescopes, and they are like jumping up and down and like hugging each other, thrilled, crying. So I either feel like it's some kind of achievement, like a space, something to do with space achievement, scientific achievement, and or a discovery. So it's exciting though. I mean, even I'm excited. I'm not really into like sciencey stuff, but it looks very exciting and very like groundbreaking, something big. Okay, so I'm seeing that. And now as far as I'm going to put part of the Revelations. It's kind of biblical and kind of because I feel like Revelations, this presidential election is going to be like nothing we've ever seen. Trump's going to be off the rails. He's also going to become increasingly paranoid. And I feel like it's going to come out in a lot of the stuff he says in his rallies and stuff like that. I also feel like there's going to be more coming out about him, financial stuff, stuff to do with Russia, stuff to do with money laundering in his taxes. I feel like we are going to see at least part of his taxes in 2020. I also feel like there's going to be stuff that comes about Rudy Giuliani and the Russians, about money laundering. I don't know if that for him is about Russia, but there's something about money laundering with him coming out as well. I'm also seeing a there's something that is there's something about Trump that he will not participate in a lot of things that normally people participate in during the presidential election years, debates, things like that. And although it's kind of like it's very him, I'm not doing it, why should I do it, blah, blah, blah. It's all rigged, da, da, da. But what happens is that there is something about it that his base does not like. It's almost like they like to see him perform. They like to see him like own the libs and stuff. So they're going to, it's almost like he's going to feel pressured into actually debating. Whether he does it or not, I'm not sure. But I feel like he's being pushed for some reason into debating, even though he's like, I'm not going to debate, I'm not going to do it. So we'll see how that plays out, but it feels like he's pushed into it. We'll see. But the other thing is that with the election is that, you know, I almost feel like there may be some kind of unity ticket on the Democrats' side. For example, if Joe Biden were to be the nominee, that he would pick someone like Bernie or a like a Stacey Abrams or somebody who's a little bit more liberal, or even like Elizabeth Warren or something like that. I also feel like that if Joe Biden, say he did get the nomination, and if he won as president, that he wouldn't serve a full first term. I kind of feel like there's something coming up with him with his health. It may not be, I don't necessarily feel like it's fatal. It may not be something like that, but I feel like it's something that would just cause him to kind of step aside. So if he gets the nomination, let's just say he does, whoever he picks as his running mate is most likely going to be the next like president, the one that I'm seeing make all the changes. If he doesn't, and that person is the actual nomination, that's the person I'm seeing make all these changes, because I don't know how quickly that what I'm seeing, that next like younger man, younger woman that I keep talking about, if it's like just in the first 4 years of that term that is taken by the Democrats, because I'm seeing like I said, sweeping changes. So that's what I'm seeing, and I wish it was more like solidified, because I'm seeing that, and I think I'm seeing that younger man, younger woman, and all these sweeping changes is because that's when it's like the new beginning starts. And that's what I was going to talk about next, is that new beginning, because that is something that takes hold either in 2020 or 2021 or around that time, because there's all these changes that take place, and it's huge. And I feel like the changes are in like almost every area. It's like healthcare, and in social changes, and in environmental changes. So it's all these different things. So that's what I wanted to talk about as the new beginnings, because I'm seeing some huge changes for us in a very positive way. And like I said, I'm not seeing a lot of pushback. So, I mean, those things I could be seeing for, that are a year or more away, but I'm seeing them. So I know they're on the horizon, and it feels like people that are involved in politics now are those people. I don't feel like it's another generation. I feel like it's those people that are going to take hold. So it's people that are running right now, that it's going to be them, and they're going to make these changes. So look for it. A long time ago, I'd said that, that my guides had said Elizabeth Warren would be the next president. Now I don't, I'm like, how would that ever happen? But she could be the vice president or something like that. But that was early on. So, and I don't have a horse in the race right now. I really don't. I have people I like, kind of like, and other people that, I'm not as crazy about, but whoever is the nominee, I'm voting for. So that's that. But I am seeing, like I said, this younger man, younger woman, either younger energy man. It could be Bernie because he's got a young energy, but it's a younger energied man and woman making these sweeping changes. And it doesn't feel that far away. So I just want to put that out there. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is, and if I have more things to add, I'll add them on, but that's what I have right now. And it's exciting. It's very uplifting to me. It feels like we're going to go through a hell of a year this year. It's just going to be a crazy. Oh, I forgot the other revelation is that Anonymous is going to come out in the middle of this presidential campaign, and it's going to be a big deal. It's not going to be this little tiny blurb. It's going to be something that is kind of, I don't know if affects the outcome of the election, but it's definitely important. It's not nothing. Okay. So just know that it's going to be kind of crazy. And I feel like I do feel like it's going to have some kind of bearing on the election, but it's going to be something kind of crazy. So like I said, this year is going to be like something we have never seen before in politics. And when this what I'm seeing about the sweeping changes, when that happens, you will be so glad that you're alive to see that. Just so you know, it's going to be absolutely incredible. So, and we will have earned it apparently. But I do see a lot of what I know other psychics, at least last year, they saw. I don't really watch the channels anymore very often, but I know a lot of them talked about a lot of like protests and things like that, and I'm seeing the same thing. A lot of pushback, a lot of protests. Like I said, some kind of crazy stuff. Please don't kind of with every news cycle, don't fall for the like getting upset about stuff and things like that. Look at the big picture. Try to look at the big picture, because I feel like we're moving in the direction we have talked about a million times. You know, this is moving in a direction. We are evolving as a country and as a species, and there is a consciousness shift happening. And so when that happens, expect huge pushback. But when we get there, it's amazing. Okay? So please just know that this is going to be a crazy year, a lot of changes, a lot of, pushing back and forth, and that's going to happen. But this is all heading to someplace pretty exciting. And so just know that that's what's on the horizon. That's what this channel is to make you aware of the fact that Trump is going to go and the United States is going to be okay. And not only that, we are witnessing a shift in consciousness, and also the end of an era. It's the end of an era. So it's going to be big. Okay? So it's going to be big, and just expect it to be big, and do positive things. Take care of yourselves. Self-care. Watch Elf. Watch some nice Christmas movies. I've been watching Elf. Watch the Hallmark Christmas channel. Listen to Christmas music. Enjoy this holiday, and then just get ready. Get ready. I do want to share with you my own kind of New Year's resolution. I never make New Year's resolutions because I don't want to feel like a failure. I'm always afraid I can't do them. But this year I've decided that I'm going to allow myself to, shop for groceries and shop for sundries like CVS and stuff like that. But anything that I feel like I would spend on myself, or I would have spent on myself, I'm going to give it to charity. That's going to be my New Year's resolution. So share yours. What's yours going to be in the comments and stuff? And I just want to thank you guys for a great year. I will be on before the end of the year, just so you know, but I'm just wrapping this kind of the year up, just letting you guys know how grateful I am for you guys, for the channel. I do want to help you guys have a great year next year. So if you guys have like stuff you've made, or charities you're into, or causes you're involved in, or your own channel or things that you're doing, please let me know. I'm happy to share it. I feel like this is our platform. It's not just mine. So please let me know. Send me an email at intuitiview@gmail.com. I just had one from a person that I read, and they do a refuge for wolves, and so I'm going to give to that charity, and I thought I'd share it with you. It's called Refuge Ridge, REFUGERRIDGE, refugeridge.org. They save, and it's a refuge for wolves. And so I just thought it was such a neat, wintry cause. So if you're interested, they accept donations, and I just think it's just really cool. They're in Kentucky too, which is kind of great to support our liberal friends in Kentucky. So I'm going to give to that one. I'm also going to give to Kind. It's KIND. It's Kids in Need of Defense for the kids on the border. And I gave to them before, and I'm going to do both of those in the name of the channel. So if you are a subscriber, that means you just gave to them too. So good job. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Have a great week coming up, and I will probably talk to you next weekend. We're off to go see Cassie in New York City. So I'll say hi to my friends in the East Coast. I'll be there very soon. But I wanted to just say thanks, you guys, for a great year. Again, I want to share the channel with you guys. So if there's something you feel like our viewers would want to know about, or that you make or that you do, please let me know. I want that to really be to make this channel ours in the new year. So please do that. It's intuitiview@gmail.com. If you'd like a reading, please let me know. I will tell you that I am into March now, and I am doing fewer readings in March and April because I'm going to be trying to get some classes together. So if you are interested in a reading, please look on there because they're going to be filling up, and it'll be here before you know it. April seems so far away, but it'll be here before you know it. So please do that. And I love you guys. Thanks so much for all of your support. Please subscribe, ring the bell if you want notifications. Please email me if you have any questions. Check out my sister's channel because we do videos. I do videos with her on her channel. And if you're wanting to learn the tarot cards, that's what she's doing, is teaching classes. So hers is Cardvoyant Kris. And so look it up on YouTube. And I think that's all I have to say. So I will talk to you guys soon, and I will say bye, Lucy. Okay, bye guys. Have a good one.